Hi, I'm Steven with Crosswalk.com. Today I'm going to be speaking with the rock band Skillet, whose new album Rise will be coming out on June 25th from Atlantic Records.
Well, we set out to make what we hoped would be a relevant record for what's going on in the world today. And a big part of what I see happening, what I want to say, is to encourage Christians to stand for their faith, to not be ashamed of who they are, because I think that they're more than ever, I think that people, young people especially, are being just bombarded with voices. Hollywood, magazines, especially girls, young girls, the way they have to look, how much weight they have to lose, the new diet they have to be on. There's so much pressure with so many things that I want to encourage people to be strong about what they believe, to not be ashamed, and stand up for your faith. So I knew that was something I wanted to talk about, but I didn't know how that would come about.
The first single off the new album is called Sick of It, and you recently used social media to ask your fans to submit photos voicing the things that they're sick of, and then you took those pictures and you created a music video out of it. So I was wondering which of those issues that you received were most prevalent, and also were there any of them that surprised you or inspired you?
I think that we reach out to a lot of girls that tend to be struggling with self-image and just feeling they don't belong, they don't fit in. We are actually married, some people don't know. This is my wife, Cor. Yeah. We have 2 kids, and we have a 10-year-old daughter. And that issue with girls and self-image and self-hate, that's really important to me in general, and probably because of that as well, my own daughter, So I did quite notice that I saw that everywhere with girls throughout the thing. I mean, I don't know if there was any that were shocking, but it was surprising to me the amount of girls, and those are the things that kept coming up over and over and over.
Sometimes it's difficult for Christians to know how to address certain issues. So how do you think Christians can best cut through the quote-unquote American noise?
I think a lot of times, legalism can shut down. It's almost like, how do I control this? How do I control the world from touching anyone? And all your young people are like, you don't even want to talk about my issues. You just want me to pretend that everything's cool. And if I talk about the fact that I deal with cutting, you're going to ostracize me because you're going to think I'm a sinner. And those are that's what we can't do. We have to have faith in our hearts. We can't be fearful of these things. We need to talk about issues people are dealing with and believe that we have a God who's with us, is powerful enough to touch people in a real way that can change their lives.
And that's what Skillet is trying to do. We don't say Jesus in our songs very much. I do talk about Jesus on stage. I do say the name Jesus. I make it clear what we believe, but we're not really necessarily preaching that. We're more by the examples of our lives, and the way that we live is making a big testimony to people and mainstream bands that we play with, and the fans and the people that come to shows. And we're not one of the bands out drinking, getting hammered, and whatever else that some of these bands may be doing. And they see me and Corey are married, and we have a faithful relationship, and those things really speak a lot more than sometimes words can. So I think the Christians could let that love cut through the American noise by just being a light. It's not really that hard. You just need to live what God has called you to live. That's our thing. Yeah. We believe it.